ABC News announced last night that Goldberg is suspended from The View for 2 weeks.
Suspended from The View for 2 weeks. Oh my goodness, you simply will not believe the absolutely earth-shattering news that just rocked the entertainment world to its very core. The incomparable Whoopi Goldberg. Yes, you heard that right. The Whoopi Goldberg has been dramatically and unceremoniously removed from The View, and darlings, let me tell you, this isn't just your run-of-the-mill celeb departure. This comes on the heels of an absolutely jaw-dropping $80 million court victory by none other than the tech titan himself, Elon Musk. Now gather around, because this isn't just another petty celebrity feud that we're used to seeing splashed across the tabloids. No, my dear. This is a high-stakes legal battle that has sent shockwaves through the entire media industry, leaving everyone absolutely stunned. The controversy, which has been brewing like a perfect storm, began when Whoopi and her fellow co-hosts on The View made some incredibly damaging allegations about Musk and Ohio Senator J.D. Vance. They essentially accused these two powerful figures of orchestrating some sort of behind-the-scenes conspiracy to silence former President Donald Trump. Let me tell you, darlings, these accusations were bold, perhaps a little too bold for their own good, but Elon Musk, being the force of nature that he is, wasn't about to sit back and let these claims slide off his shoulders. No, he decided to take matters into his own hands and launched a legal offensive that would make even the most seasoned Hollywood lawyers raise their
Stay away from the stairways.
Now, words matter, and mine are no exception. I regret my comments, as I said, and I stand corrected.
Maximum damage, painting him as some sort of shadowy threat to the very foundations of democracy. Know who stay away from the stairways. Now, words matter, and mine are no exception. I regret my comments, as I said, and I stand correctly. Now, we all know that our dear Whoopi has always been famous, perhaps even infamous, for speaking her mind without so much as a second thought. It's part of what made her such a compelling presence on The View. But oh honey, this time she might have finally met her match. The lawsuit escalated faster than a Hollywood romance, with Musk's legal team bringing forth evidence so compelling it would make a courtroom drama writer jealous. They argued with all the dramatic flair of a season finale that The View's statements had crossed that delicate line between mere opinion and outright defamation. Musk's legal eagles weren't just playing around, they came armed with proof that Whoopi and her co-hosts were using their platform, their incredibly influential platform, mind you, to spread what they claimed was nothing short of malicious misinformation. And darlings, their endgame to systematically dismantle Musk's carefully cultivated reputation. But wait, because this isn't your garden variety defamation case. Oh no, this was shaping up to be an epic showdown between one of the world's most powerful and influential men and one of television's most beloved and outspoken personalities. And just when you thought the drama couldn't possibly get any more intense, federal authorities decided to throw their hat into this already crowded ring. Yes, you heard that right. The feds actually launched their own investigation to determine whether Whoopi's inflammatory comments posed any legal or security risks. Can you even imagine the involvement of law enforcement? Suggested that her statements had raised red flags that went far beyond simple defamation. Musk's brilliant legal team naturally seized upon this development like a designer handbag at a sample sale, using it to strengthen their argument that The View's comments weren't just reckless, they were potentially dangerous to public safety. ABC News President Kim Godwin, saying in A statement effective immediately. I am suspending Whoopi Goldberg for 2 weeks. For her wrong and hurtful comments now. Here's where things take an absolutely bizarre turn that not even the most creative Hollywood scriptwriter could have dreamed up when the pressure started mounting and the situation became hotter than a summer sidewalk in Los Angeles. Whoopi attempted to do some rather clumsy damage control and, darlings, her excuse was so outlandish it would make even the most seasoned publicist cringe. She claimed that her words were completely misunderstood and, wait for it, she was actually referring to her cat chirping her at home. I know I had to pick my jaw up off the floor too, but this explanation, if we can even dignify it with that term, did about as much good as bringing a paper umbrella to a hurricane. In fact, it only served to pour more gasoline onto an already raging inferno. Her loyal
ABC News President Kim Godwin saying in a statement, effective immediately, I am suspending Whoopi Goldberg for 2 weeks for her wrong and hurtful comments,
accusing her of trying to wiggle out of taking responsibility for her actions. Meanwhile, Musk's legal team was probably doing victory laps around their office, seeing this bizarre excuse as the perfect evidence that The View had absolutely no legitimate defense for their actions as this drama continued to unfold like a perfectly timed soap opera. ABC's executives found themselves in an impossibly difficult position. They were caught between standing by their controversial host and protecting their network's reputation and bottom line. After what must have been some incredibly tense meetings behind closed doors, they finally made the decision that sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry. They decided to remove Whoopi from The View while the official reports confirmed her termination from the show. The true reason behind her departure has become the subject of more speculation than a celebrity divorce. Some very well-placed insiders have whispered that ABC's decision was nothing more than a calculated move to distance itself from the increasingly toxic lawsuit, with Musk's court victory casting an ominous shadow over the network. Removing Whoopi might have seemed like the only way to stem the bleeding. I don't think Whoopi Goldberg is very smart. Sorry, she is not knowledgeable about the things that she argues about. Let's dish about the bigger picture for a moment, darlings. The View hasn't exactly been a stranger to controversy in recent years. The show has faced more criticism than a fashion designer at Fashion Week for its heated.
I don't think Whoopi Goldberg is very smart. Sorry, she is not knowledgeable about the things that she argues about.
From its rotating cast of hosts when this latest news broke, social media absolutely exploded like a champagne cork at a New Year's Eve party. Viewers who had apparently been holding their tongues for far too long finally let loose with their frustrations, arguing that the show had become more about creating dramatic moments than fostering meaningful discussions. Despite the mixed reactions from audiences, one thing has become crystal clear: Musk's court victory has completely transformed the landscape of media accountability. His legal battle against The View wasn't just about one unfortunate episode or a single misguided comment. No, this was about challenging the very way public figures use their platforms to spread narratives that can have real lasting impacts on reputations and careers. The $80 million ruling in Musk's favor sends a message louder than a Times Square billboard. Reckless claims, even when made on a daytime talk show, can come with consequences so serious they'll make your head spin. For years, The View has been accused of blending entertainment with journalism in a way that often leaves audiences more confused than informed. This lawsuit has reignited passionate debates about whether media outlets should be held to a higher Standard when discussing public figures. I think it's a little weird that her network suspended her for sharing her view on The View. Why send her away? Isn't it better to keep her and then use this as a teaching moment? Those championing Musk's victory believe this ruling will finally force media personalities to think twice before making unsubstantiated claims. They're hoping this will usher in an era of more responsible and truthful reporting. Meanwhile, ABC is scrambling like never before, reportedly considering major changes to The View's format, including a complete overhaul of how hosts approach and discuss controversial topics. Some industry insiders and trust me, darlings, these sources are more reliable than a Birkin bag are suggesting that this could be the beginning of a massive transformation within mainstream media. They're predicting that opinion-based talk shows will need to be more cautious about making unverified claims, which could completely change the landscape of daytime television as we know it. Elon Musk, meanwhile, is absolutely reveling in his victory, calling it a triumph for truth and accountability in an age of rapid-fire social media accusations and casual character assassination. He's made it abundantly clear that he won't tolerate misinformation being spread about him, especially when it has the potential to impact his numerous business ventures and carefully cultivated public image. His legal team hasn't been shy about dropping hints that this might just be the opening salvo in a larger campaign against media figures who engage in what they consider reckless defamation. Who is in charge? Because I've been saying it for a while. I've been saying it. I think Eli must believes he's president. Offer me money. Offer me power. I don't care now. While some are celebrating this as a long overdue step toward more responsible journalism, others are wringing their hands in worry that this could put a dangerous damper on free speech and open discussion. But darlings, one thing is absolutely certain: this lawsuit has turned the media world on its perfectly coiffed head and will be feeling the aftershocks for years to come. Whoopi's dramatic departure from The View is just the latest chapter in this absolutely riveting saga, and honestly nobody knows what tomorrow might bring. The show, the industry, everything's up in the air like confetti at a New Year's Eve party. The battle between media figures and public figures isn't exactly new, it's as old as Hollywood itself, but this case has set a precedent that could completely revolutionize how these conflicts play out in the future. So my dear viewers, what's your take on all this drama? Was ABC justified in showing Whoopi the door? Or did they completely overreact in the face of pressure? And what about Musk's legal victory? Is this finally holding media personalities accountable for their words, or is it putting dangerous restrictions on free speech? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this tea is still piping hot and we're all dying to hear what you think about this absolutely extraordinary turn of events. Remember, in the world of entertainment and media, things can change faster than a celebrity's hair color, so stay tuned for more updates on this developing story. This is one drama that's far from over, and you know we'll be here to dish all the details as they emerge.